and what do you have?
You ugly.
It's week 8 of the 2024 season, and
lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he returns this to the 22.
And here come the Saints for their opening drive. And they will be led out by their rookie quarterback.
And they are in rhythm on offense because of him. I mean, right now he's got everything going the way he wants to, finding the receivers the way he wants to, looking over defenses. No interceptions is the number I lock in on. Before a touchdown pass isn't so bad either.
Yeah, what a game he had last week. The numbers there for Camaro from a week ago. 13 carries, 56 yards.
And when you lead the league in rushing for this stretch of time, now you take on the identity. You now lead the team, and everything runs through you in terms of offense.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. They run it again with Camaro.
And not a whole lot there, maybe a yard to the 27. Well, this defense for the Cowboys, they were terrific a week ago in that victory over Tampa Bay, Charles.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defense coordinator about their performance last week, because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
Third play here, this opening drive, as they're up against a 3rd and 5. Back to throw. Owens.
Man open, that's Anthony Schwartz. And he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. And it's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
Meanwhile, the throw here is complete. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Only able to gain a couple there, and it'll be 2nd down.
The Saints at 6-1 now through 7 weeks of the season. They've been playing their best football of the year. Winners of 4 in a row.
And I thought that they played pretty well last.
Touchdown! Jerry Jeudy, his 6th touchdown of the season.
And the Saints are on the board first here this afternoon.
I'll let you do the analysis, partner, but with every touchdown pass his young quarterback throws and with the success that his team has had, I just continue to be more and more impressed.
Let's both do the analysis. Impressed, aren't we both?
Yeah.
I mean, and why shouldn't we be? We've seen him improve throughout the year. We've seen him settle in now, and you can see the confidence of the team has grown. His confidence has grown. I think that everyone around this guy feels good about what they've seen. And it's also safe for him when he's driving home to turn on Sports Talk Radio. He's okay.
And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25.
Time for Dak Prescott and the Dallas offense to go to work. Prescott, of course, the former 4th-round pick in 2016 out of Mississippi State.
I guess we're going to have to nickname him the thrower, aren't we, or something like that.
After last week?
I mean, man, you're talking about over 400 yards throwing the ball. The running backs and everyone else may be looking at him like, hey, don't forget us. And he probably just tell them, listen.
Go out.
Go out and catch some passes. I'll make sure you touch it.
So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They start on the ground with Elliott. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. The numbers for Zeke from last week. 14. 53 yards.
It's a pretty mediocre week for him on the ground. Certainly a boon to his offense if he can get a little more output on his touches this week. He should get some more early carries as his team tries to get him into a rhythm.
On 2nd down, Elliott once more. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32.
Not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
And for the Saints here on 3rd down, an extra defensive back on the field. Prescott to throw it. They'll set up the screen to Elliott. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. 5 yards is the pickup there. This drive.
And that's a gutsy call there on 3rd and short, because that's a play that's got a good chance of being blown up in the backfield for a big loss of yardage. But nice job out wide to gather in that screen pass, use his blockers well, and pick up the 1st down.
And this lines up a gain of 4 to the 41.
Well, you don't turn your nose up at a gain of 4, do you? They'll take that on 1st down. Playbook's got to be pretty well open on 2nd and 6.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Here's Prescott. And his throw is incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating the defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Brandon, watching their tape from last week, I saw plenty of plays like we just saw there, forcing incompletions. It was key in their win last week. They're hoping the same thing happens this time out, too.
On 4th down, here's Brian Anger now to kick this one away. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. This is taken at about the 14. They'll get 9 yards on the return there following a punt of 42. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. New Orleans Saints, they get ready to set up shop for their 2nd drive. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Owens. He'll find Henderson there. It's complete. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. On on second down, Kamara. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Owens. And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. Marlon Davidson busting through to get him for a loss of 6. He probably feels like he cannot get a break. He was sacked 7 times last week. And here we go again in the first quarter.
And we always talk about the internal clock of a quarterback in the pocket and how he has to have a real keen sense of it in order to get rid of the football. After being sacked 7 times last week, that clock has been sped up.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
I spotted man coverage on the outside. I expect we'll see a lot of that from this defense as this game moves on. And that was a good job there as that one was knocked away.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. There's Chris Olave. And he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Someone sharp in this game. I mean, a touchdown pass on the first drive. It comes right back, and he's flinging it around really well here.
Really nice throw there to pick up the first down. You kind of just feel a laser focus and confidence about him, and I think we saw that this week, didn't we? Talking to him and the coaches, they felt good about his performance coming up.
Yeah, I was really impressed with that last practice we saw when they went through 2-minute drill, where they went through all the different situations. Ball hardly hit the ground, and I thought, yeah, he might be locked in for this one.
Now it's Kamara in the passing game, and he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. After 1-7-0. Ready for the second quarter from New Orleans. It's the Saints in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10. They'll look to throw again. This one taken in by Olave. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30.
Doesn't matter whether it's a zone coverage or man coverage, the drag route can be effective when it's run well.
Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And room there to work it inside the 25. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
Kamara gets it again on second down. And not much. Maybe a yard down to the 23. When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
And he is going to have a Saints first down as this defense unable to hold. It's a 7-yard gain there on 3rd and 2. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. It's picked up by the Cowboys. A little careless with the football, and he also had a fumble loss last week, didn't he?
He certainly did, and when I'm watching him play, the one thing that comes to mind is always remember, traffic, turbulence, people around you, 2 hands. Get 2 hands on the ball. Grip it tight.
And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. Just not much a quarterback can do there, CD. The pressure was in his face almost instantaneously. Led to a very quick sack.
And they decided to go with the safety blitz there. And look, if that gets picked up, quarterback really has the advantage then because they'll have more time to throw the football and some wide open space. But when it doesn't, that's a guy who gets a free run into the backfield. And oftentimes, the QB ends up on his backside as he did there.
And they stopping short of the first, as he can only get to the 20. And if you're wondering how quick a quarterback's decision-making needs to be, a next-gen stat says that play took all of 2.8 seconds from beginning to end. On is the punter, Brian Anger, to kick this one away. And he'll take it just outside the 40. A nice return that time of about 14 yards. And the Saints will have a short field in front of them. They take over here, 1st and 10. So here are the Saints to take over. They're working on a 4-game winning streak, and they lead this one as well right now as they start 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Owens. And he's got this one to Henderson. It's caught. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds
under pressure, and he'll go down. Back at the 26-yard line. Osa Odighizuwa with the effort there to earn the sack. And it's never good to take a sack. You really don't want to take one down here in this part of the field down near the red zone.
Not at all, because you're already pretty much assured of a field goal. But you take a big sack, it could push you out of range, and that's why defenses get a little more aggressive in this situation. They're almost conceding the 3 points. They want to push you back and try and take you out of that.
That one good for 17 yards, and now they've got it 1st and goal. Operating from the gun, Owens. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
They made a nice effort to stick him with a loss for that play, but it's going to take more than that to keep him from advancing the ball. Should be an entertaining battle anytime he tucks and runs over the second half.
And he is in for the score. Touchdown, New Orleans. Alvin Kamara, his 11th rushing touchdown of the year. And the Saints go up by 2 touchdowns. That almost looked too easy, and I think thanks goes to the offensive line for making it look easy.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one. I'm not sure how much everyone understands the preparations that go into a game for an offensive line, because there's a reason that running backs and quarterbacks give them big gifts at the end of the season after a big year. The consistency and the continuity it takes to know each other and execute their blocks is pretty impressive.
Extra point right down the middle, and it's now 14-0. So that drive spanned 5 plays, and the capper came from Alvin Kamara on the touchdown run. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. The Dallas offense back out onto the field. Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rest. You get a chance to heal up and kind of, do a little bit of a reset for this team. But it's also 7 extra days to think back to the last time you were on the field. So now, a little more importance on what they're getting done, because they carry it with them for essentially 2 weeks.
So the completion good for 6 yards, and that'll make it 2nd down. To throw is Prescott. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Looking to throw. Prescott. Got an open man. It's Michael Gallup. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. 1st down now, but the clock continues to move. Dak dropping this one off for Zeke. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48.
Meanwhile, Dak's throw there caught by Fehoko. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they're having panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a hole. 38-yard line, 2nd and 9. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Now it's 2nd and 9. Prescott. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
They're putting together a drive here in the final minutes of the half. But the coverage has been tight all game long, and they certainly want to keep them up the scoreboard here.
On 3rd down, it's Prescott. That pass complete to Deontay Hardy. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 25-yard line. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. He goes once again right back to Hardy. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20. To the air again, Prescott. And this one complete, it's Fehoko. And he's going to be brought down at about the 16. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. He'll buy some time right. And he will be knocked down hard, but he will have the first down. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. Prescott from the gun. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better. Got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They've got to find a way to bring those two elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
And now a timeout defensively after that first down play. So they're going to make this offense sweat out half number 1. So an incomplete pass a moment ago, and that leads to 2nd and goal. Prescott now. And this is caught for a Cowboy touchdown. Dalton Schultz in the final seconds of the first half. And the Cowboys are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half. McManus's point after is good, and that'll make our score 14-7. Four seconds, all that remain here this first half as the kick gets away.
And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. So time perhaps for one final kneel down before they take this lead to the locker room. The final second ticks by, and that's going to do it for the first half of play. So it's halftime here in New Orleans with the Saints out in front. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Hi again, everybody. Let's get you caught up with what's going on.
Well, why don't we hold off on the halftime update after all? Seems like everyone's ready to go here for the second half in Week 8 in the NFL. Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. It's the Cowboys who get the football first, and they trail here as well as we resume action in the third quarter. And this will not be returned, so the second half begins with a touchback. The Cowboy offense set to go to begin this third quarter. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well. They've kept them around in this game. Now, they got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. Now Prescott. And that'll be caught by Fehoko. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. It's a first down, his 4th catch of the game after having 3 in the first half. A first down carry by Elliott. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
And a nice job to break free of 1 tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right, he's pretty much been completely neutralized. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. 3rd and short yardage, Prescott. It's hauled in by Hardy. And he will have a Cowboys first down, I do believe. Yes, he's got it by about a yard there on 3rd and 3.
So how would you describe that one, partner? Workman-like right there, getting that first down, blue-collar type football?
Yeah, only needed 3, got 4, just enough. I like workman-like.
I think it's pretty cool myself. Everything doesn't have to be high glamour in this game.
Credited with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Sometimes with the running game, you just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe they'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Throwing, Prescott. forced out to his left. He'll wind up getting 4 yards there on his own, but it also brings up 4th down. Now McManus will line up for the field goal. From the left hash, this from 53 yards out. And this one will not get there. It's off to the left anyway. It's no good, and this will stay at a 7-point game. Down here in the 3rd quarter, obviously that's one they could have used.
Yeah, and one of my favorite special teams coaches in the NFL told me what separates the kickers in the NFL versus the ones who are not is not the misses. It's the second miss in a row. Best kickers in the league, they don't miss 2 in a row. He's got to get his head back together in case he gets another shot.
So the long field goal misses, and now the reverse. You're in a tough spot defensively. They'll start the drive at the 43. And that's going to be too high, out of bounds and incomplete. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the second half. That's just his second incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit. A lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there, because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a 1st down.
Coming left is Kamara. And he'll work down inside the 45. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Looking for his tight end on the corner. It's complete. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. A gain there of 30 big ones. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll pound it up the middle with Kamara. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. Back to throw. Owens. And, he's unable to hold on to that defensively. A potential game changer, but it falls incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. That is caught by Olave. Touchdown, New Orleans. From 17 yards out, as his guys are able to extend their lead. Circle that drive, because that might be one to remember. Well executed to give him a little cushion.
Let's take it into the boxing ring. You talk about them commanding it, keeping the fight where they wanted to, whether it was in the center of the ring or putting them on the ropes, because it was jab, jab, jab. And finally, the haymaker to put that drive away.
Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now 21-7. Ball upright on the tee, and the Saints kick team bones it away. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. And the way their last drive ended, boy, it was frustrating. They had a pretty good drive going. It was sustained, and then it stalled out, Charles, and they missed the field goal and got nothing out of it.
Is that insult to injury? Because they had such a sustained drive, as you noted. So you know, for the head coach, it almost felt like a little bit of failure to send out the field goal unit and then to not even see the ball go through the post. What a bummer on that last drive for them. Got to pick themselves up from that one.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. What I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete.
He's just not at his focus in this game. It's not 1 drop. It's not 2. That's 3 for this contest.
Yeah, uncharacteristic for any NFL receiver, and he's no exception. They'll try and run for it with Elliott. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Give him 10 there. Good enough for a Cowboy first down.
First downs have not come easy, and neither have runs like this throughout this game.
Absolutely not. He finally felt like, whoa, a sigh of relief. We got something going in the running game. First down run with Elliott going to go for about 4. 2nd and 6 coming up. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. Back now here live in New Orleans. It's the Cowboys in possession of the football, but they trail here as we begin the fourth quarter of play. Meanwhile, the throw here is complete. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
Good yardage on the completion there. When they look at the scoreboard, they do understand a field goal is not going to do them any good. My guess, they're going to press the ball downfield as far as possible, try and throw it into the end zone and get a score because they know they've got to get that done and get the ball back as quickly as possible.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Prescott to throw it. And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. That's the former Buckeye Pete Werner getting the sack. So at that time, Charles, a quarterback helpless really in the pocket in the face of a pass rush like that. They were on him instantly. 3rd and long for Prescott. Dancing to his left.
I thought he did a pretty good job there to get back what he could, but let's face it, that sack on 2nd down, talk about throwing a wrench into the works. He certainly did.
Yeah, he did everything he could there, trying to pick up some positive yardage, and he did, but not enough. Desperation time. Prescott on 4th. And it's going to be batted down, and we'll go the other way with the football. The Cowboys here unable to convert on 4th down. And the Saints will have the football back. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. They start the drive on the ground. Kamara. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Just a gain of a couple there. And now 3rd down and 6 to go.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it could turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. Critical play in this football game because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
Got a man, it's Judy complete. And he is going to have the Saints first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive. So not only do they convert on 4th, but they pick up 22 yards in the process.
Partner, I like that they're staying aggressive on offense because to me, this drive is what is known as a put-away drive. You score here, that might put this one to bed. I like the fact that they're playing with confidence and not playing with fear.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. He completes it to Olave. Touchdown, Saints. Chris Olave with a 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Saints add on to their lead, and they are also closing in on a 5th straight victory. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. 5 plays there on that drive. And it was Chris Olave who finished things off with a touchdown. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. And out now come the Cowboys. And just looking ahead, it would appear that bye week is coming at the right time. They'll have 2 weeks to chew on this one, though probably not one that they want to chew on. A poor performance from start to finish. Prescott looks to throw on first. He's going to find Gallup here complete. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. Now Prescott. He finds his target. It's Schultz. The Prescott to Schultz there for the Cowboy first.
A gain of 4 yards. First down, Cowboys.
Out of the gun. Here's Prescott. A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete. Line of scrimmage again, the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. Looking to throw. Prescott buying time to his left. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Marcus Davenport able to record his 5th sack of the season. They'll need a big play here. Will Dak and the Cowboys after the sack. It's 3rd and long. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Pete Werner. And the Saints are going to take possession of the football. That interception may be the exclamation mark on what really all around has been a good performance.
A fantastic performance. They will enjoy film session. Their grade should be very good on this one. And I think the next time the offense gets the ball, I just think about running it and getting the clock done and getting the heck out of here.
And by the way, semantics here, but before that, he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. Defensive end DeMarcus Lawrence applied the heat.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead. Thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass rushers.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out because this one, it was over a long time ago.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Well, 4th quarter with a 3-score lead here, Charles, but they're still going back to the air and looking for more points.
Well, with this game well in hand, it's an opportunity for the guys to come off the bench and get a chance to play. And a lot of coaches, they want to run their full playbook no matter who's on the field.
Now a pass hauled in downfield. And he is going to have the Saints first down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Again, he'll drop to throw. They're looking for Judy, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Chandon Sullivan. And the Cowboys are going to have it here at their own 15. Those INTs all sting, but you throw one in the red zone. I think especially as a rookie, maybe it stings a little bit more.
I think what you're saying is they don't all count the same, do they? Right? Interceptions in the red zone that you've given up points now, those are precious. So you have to learn from those and in a hurry.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Well, probably not much that they can do at this point, CD. Down 3 scores late in the 4th quarter. This is going to be a little too much to overcome, you would think.
Yeah, they'll go down swinging, but in the end, I think we saw the writing on the wall a while back because one team was clearly better than the other in this one. And while it didn't quite reach blowout status, I think we knew who was going to win this one well before we got to this stage.
That pass is caught by Hardy. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line. Prescott, he'll get this out wide here to Elliott. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. Back to Elliott, and he's got him again. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. This is caught. Touchdown, Cowboys. Simi Fehoko, his first touchdown on the year. And the Cowboys have got it back to a 2-score game here in the fourth.
And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team, but I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film, but this one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one.
Extra point from McManus is good, and that cuts the lead to 28-14. So time definitely not in their favor, down 2 scores, but they'll try the onside kick. And the Saints are going to get to this one, so that should about do it. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. And good space to operate there as he takes this down inside the 35-yard line. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the ballgame. That one looks like he'll throw here. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I guarantee he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
And they're going to move it down to inside the 25. Now whistles and a timeout called here. Not sure of the point of this, but they'll stop it with 4 seconds to go in the game. And his kick is right there. It's good, and that will extend their lead even further. So it's a win here for the Saints, and it was their quarterback who led the way, Charles. Pretty impressive play for a rookie.
Yeah, he was in complete control of this offense. He had 3 touchdown passes on the afternoon.
And to be honest, he really made it look easy out there.
So for New Orleans, they moved to 7-1 on the year with the victory. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Meanwhile, for the Cowboys, they drop back to 500 now at 4 up and 4 down. And they'll take this loss into the bye as they'll be back in action in Week 10.